Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Partha. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Uttara. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Vibhuti Yoga 10th Adhyay, and Sri Krishna has started addressing Arjuna's request. Arjuna has put up a request to him to tell everything about himself, and Sri Krishna says, very good. Sri Krishna had said, anta. Oh, wonderful. Very well. Te kathayishyami divyahi ātmā vibhūtayaha. I will tell you about the divine manifestations, the divine glories of my being, of the great Lord. I will definitely tell you like you have asked. But, that is a but Sri Krishna has put in his answer. Why he has put that but? He says, I cannot tell you by hiding anything. He has asked, Sri Krishna has asked that, don't hide anything from me. Sri Krishna has says that, don't keep anything away from me. You tell me all about your divine glories in their totality. And Sri Krishna says, I cannot tell you in totality. I cannot tell you, sheshena. There will be some shesha. Something will be there which is not told to you, because my glories are endless. My divine manifestations are na asti anta. Hantate kathiyishyami divyahi ātmā vibhūtaya pradhanyataha. I will tell you, but I will tell you the prominent ones. I will tell you the prominent ones among my divine glories, O Kuru Sreshta, O best among the Kurus, because my divine glories, they have no end. Na asti antaha. But whatever prominent ones I am going to tell you, vistarasya, I will tell you in details. I am going to tell you in details. So that was Sri Krishna's very smart answer to a very smart question of Arjuna. I mean, okay, the disciple is smart, but the Guru is even smarter. He said, disciple wanted everything to be told to him about the divine glories of the Lord, without keeping anything in reserve. Now, Sri Krishna says, how is it possible for me not to keep anything? I myself, I cannot explain to you, I cannot enumerate all my divine glories. They are so endless, they are so vast, they are innumerable. No one is able to count them. But the prominent among them, yes, I will tell you. And that is the assurance. That is the assurance that Sri Krishna has given to Arjuna. O Kuru Sreshta, I will tell you all the details about the prominent manifestations, prominent divine manifestations of me. Prominent divine manifestations of the great reality I am going to tell you. So that was Sri Krishna's answer to the questions that, the request rather, the pleadings that Arjuna has put forth. And Sri Krishna is great merciful Lord for his great merciful teacher for his disciple. So, to his best disciple, who is best among all the Kuru clan, Sri Krishna has given this assurance. Yes, I am going to tell you in details about the prominent manifestations. So, this is what now Sri Krishna has started telling Arjuna about the divine glories. Where all we can find Krishna to be, where we can find the great Lord to be. aham ātmā guḍākeśha sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ aham ādiśh madhyaṁ bhūtānām anta eva ca. Sri Krishna says, first of all, if you want to know me, where I am pervaded, which all places I am pervading in this creation, which all places are there where I belong to, which are all those places which I have captured with my presence. Sri Krishna is now telling us. Sri Krishna says, aham ātmā guḍākeśha sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ. Oh Gudakesha. Gudakesha literally is conqueror of sleep. Gudakesha. Gudakesha. That is the one who has conquered the sleep, one who has conquered his senses. So that is what. So with that clear-cut understanding, Sri Krishna doesn't promise anything, I will give you sky, I will give you this, I will give you that. Sri Krishna is very clear what he is going to disclose, what he is going to teach his disciple. He says, to whatever extent it is possible, I cannot tell you asheshena, that is for sure, because my glories are innumerable. So, be prepared. But I will tell you in details. I will tell you all the divine manifestations, and then now Sri Krishna is telling, aham ātmā guḍākeśha sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ. Now, if we want to know where to look for Sri Krishna, where to look for the Lord among this creation, with so many diversities surrounding us, should I see Krishna only in the people who I like? Should I see that Krishna is not there in the people whom I hate? Should I say that I don't know whether Krishna resides, dwells in the people whom I don't know? People whom neither I love nor I hate, I don't know whether Krishna is there or not. So if one is looking for the occupancy of the great Lord among this creation, to what extent the great Lord has pervaded this creation, if one wants to know, Krishna is telling, first of all, my dear Arjuna, aham ātmā. Oh Gudakesha. Gudakesha is, like I told earlier, it is the one who has controlled his sleep, the one who has controlled his senses, and only one who has controlled his senses, who has we can have complete mastery over sleep only if we have brought all senses under our grasp, under our control. And only such a person is entitled to know the great intricacies of these spiritual truths. And telling Arjuna, referring Arjuna, addressing Arjuna as Gudakesha, Sri Krishna indirectly is giving a hint to Arjuna that you have controlled your senses, therefore I am telling you these spiritual intricacies. Now, oh one who has controlled his senses, his sleep, who is the Lord of sleep, Gudakesha, who has controlled his sleep, who has controlled his senses. Now know for sure that aham ātmā sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ. I am the soul which is dwelling in all the beings of this universe. This is the first greatest truth of the divine manifestation that Sri Krishna is now telling Arjuna. That aham ātmā Gudakesha, oh Gudakesha, aham ātmā sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ. I am the one indweller in all these beings. Aham ādiśh madhyaṁ bhūtānām anta evacha. Now, whenever you look around yourself, you look around what? You look around beginning, you look around sustenance, and we look the end, the birth, the life, and the death. We look around and we find these three to be the prominent part of the creation. Adi, madhya, anta. And Krishna says, I am all this. First of all, yes, I am the indweller among all the beings. I am that indweller jivatma of all the beings. I am that indweller atman in all the beings in this creation, whether human beings, animal kingdom, plant kingdom, whichever kingdom, the animate, inanimate, whatever it is, movable, immovable, everything, wherever that atman is there, in those beings, I am that atman. And I am the birth, I am the living force, and I am the death. That you know for sure for the time being. So in this 20th shloka, Sri Krishna is telling us about his nature, where all he is pervading in this creation. I am the self, O Gudakesha, seated in the hearts of all beings. Sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ. When we say Lord is sitting in my heart, so that is what Sri Krishna says. It is there in the heart. Heart is not that our physical heart which is pumping blood. Pluck, 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 pluck. Not that heart. It is that the center of the heart. The anahata chakra of our yogic body. That is the place where Lord stays. That is the place where the mother stays. So Lord says, I am dwelling in the heart of all the beings, and I am the beginning, I am the middle, and also the end of all beings. All beings coming to birth, all beings living their lifespans, and finally crossing the border. Finally the death. I am there in all these three. In birth I am, in life I am. I am also there in the death. Don't think that the moment a person dies, I am off from that person. No. In death also I am there. The moment a child is born, I am there. As the child grows, as the child becomes from infancy to childhood to adulthood to middle age, young age, middle age, old age, and till then I am also there. And when that being dies, I am in that death also. So this is what Sri Krishna says. The Lord is the innermost self in all beings, which are all his gross manifestation. Now this is the biggest reality that Sri Krishna has told. First of all, if you want to perceive the Lord in things around you, Lord says, I am there in all the beings. That is first and foremost. Forget about anything else. The moment you see a being, consider, I am dwelling in. I am dwelling in their heart. And Lord has also mentioned in details, where is the Lord, what is the Lord's location in that being's body? It is the heart. That wonderful dwelling place of the Lord. That wonderful dwelling place of the Jivatman. The Anahata Chakra. The effect is nothing but the cause in another form. The Lord is the material as well as the efficient cause of the universe. Yes, because Lord has wished the creation out of him. Lord has pervaded everything, and to make the point very simple to understand, very clear to understand, Lord says, first of all, you look around you, all the beings. Are you seeing all the beings? Your family, your friends, your social circle, people known to you, people not known to you, the other forms of beings, the animals, plants which are surrounding, which you may not be able to see also. Know for sure that all these beings are filled with me. I am dwelling in them. And then when we look around, What is it of this creation? What is it, the first thing that comes to our notice? The first thing that comes to our notice after seeing this creation is the process of birth, life and death. The beginning, the middle and the end of all these beings. That is what is happening around us day in and day out. So Lord says, first of all, I am in every being, and I am also in the birth, in the life and in the death. Now, I have already mentioned this point about Gudakesha. Gudakesha is he who has conquered sleep. The one awakened in the self can cognize the fact. The one who has control over sleep, only he can understand, because he has controlled all the senses. The one who has controlled sleep has controlled all the senses, and only he can cognize the fact. Only he can relate to this teaching of the Lord, that I am dwelling in all the beings. You and me who are simple souls, we cannot understand this great teaching of the Lord. This great teaching, although the Lord has put in such simple words, it is extremely difficult for us to get into realization. We can only read the sentence. We can only learn this shloka by heart, where Sri Krishna says, aham, ātmā, guḍākeśha, sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ. But can we have that realization of Lord being sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ? Can we have that, even a glimpse of a small glimpse, that Lord is sitting there in the heart of all the beings surrounding me? All the beings which I can see, which I cannot see. Some are so near to me, some are physically so distant to me, but even Lord is there in the heart of those beings. So, therefore, Krishna addresses Arjuna as Gudakesha. So he is able to cognize. He can relate very well. He can actually understand the meaning of this word, that aham, ātmā, sarva-bhūtāśhaya-sthitaḥ. The moment Lord utters these words, Arjuna can grasp them firmly, because he has that clarity of mind. We don't have that clarity of mind. Arjuna can grasp that clearly, that I am the beginning, I am the middle, I am the end of all the beings. Only Arjuna can. The awakened, the one who is awakened in the self, can only cognize the fact that Ishvara is putting on the appearance of this visible, diverse universe. Only that person can actually realize. He is only capable of knowing the ultimate truth. That whatever this diversity I am seeing, all these beings around me, all these different type of people, good people, bad people, evil people, not so good people, and all those things that I am seeing around me, even they are being filled with the Lord. Only the man of realization, only the man who has grasped, who has fully controlled the senses, can grasp this sentence of the Lord. So this is Sri Krishna's answer to now one by one Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna where to look for me. Now what Sri Ramakrishna says on this? Sri Ramakrishna says, it is my cosmic mother who has become everything. Like Sri Krishna says that all the beings are filled with me. Sri Ramakrishna says that my cosmic mother has become everything in this universe. She of omnipotence has become the universe and the beings in it. Sri Ramakrishna understood. He knew, he realized. After all, he was an incarnation of the same great reality. So he could, with the conviction, he could tell this to his disciples, that my mother, my cosmic mother, has become the universe and the beings in it. Wherever I see nothing but my mother. She reveals herself as the body, intellect, the virtuous path, and the spiritual pursuit. These are all the different ways in which my divine mother, my cosmic mother, she reveals herself in this universe, in this creation. Shakti and Brahman are one. There is no difference between Shakti and the Satchidananda Brahman. In the manifest state, she is Shakti. In the absolute state, Brahman. When we see all this creation around us, Shakti, the Divine Mother is manifesting herself as this creation. But when the Divine Mother, when there is no activity, when in absolute state, the Nirvikar, Nirakar, Akshaya, that state, absolute state, is the Brahman. And Sri Ramakrishna, with all the compassion and mercy towards the disciples, he also is telling the same truth that Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna. That my mother is everything. There is no difference between, like Sri Krishna said, there is no difference between me and my power, me and my Yoga Maya. Sri Krishna says there is no difference between the Satchidananda Brahman, which is also Lord Krishna, the great eternal Lord, and his Shakti, which is creating this creation. The Purusha and the Prakriti, Sri Ramakrishna terms it as the Brahman and the Shakti. So that is Sri Krishna's first teaching about where to perceive the Lord in this creation around us. And in very simple terms, Sri Krishna has told us that I am dwelling in all the beings. And I am the birth, I am the life, I am the death of all the beings. That much you start knowing, and you will start realizing me in this creation, me being pervading this entire creation. So that was the first starting point that Sri Krishna told us, where to focus, where to meditate, what to think about. So that is our 20th shloka of Vibhuti Yoga for the day. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ram Krishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.